Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So for this week's decoration, I'm going to be using the Planners Anonymous For the Booze kit again. This is the non-black, it's the bubbly, colourful side of the collection. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so this is going to be the last of my Halloween kind of weeks. I can't let this beautiful bubbles not get used. They can't sit there for another 12 months. So I'm going to use the bubbles from the Halloween, the Planners Anonymous For the Booze kit. I've got a very busy week. There's a lot happening this week. We've got 2 sets of appointments, got a public holiday, and it's also the last week before I go on leave. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited. But as you will notice, I am back in my regular white pages. It feels kind of sad. I already miss my my black ones, but that's okay. So I'm just taking off all of my little post-it notes, and then I'm just going to really quickly take off my couple of stickers here. Just the same way as normal with a little bit of undo, and I'll just stick it down onto some sticker sheets. I am going to put these back in again, so I don't need to put it too far. Come in with some of the washi. So I adore these bubbles, but I really think I want to put in some of the paper as well. So I'm kind of going to do 2 little bits. So this is the paper from the digital kit. I used a little bit of it last week as well. It's just printed on some smooth paper, nothing too fancy, and I'm just trimming it down just to be a little bit bigger than A5 size, just for now, because that's all I need for now. Did I seriously just do that? You silly person. I meant to do it the other way. I was too busy talking and I got distracted. This is the bonus of having having a digital kit, is you can just print out another one and it will be fine. So I'm just going to trim that down just so I know it's big enough to fit in A5. That's going to be too small anyway. It's alright. Still plenty big enough. And now nearly fits in the trimmer. Nearly. There we go. So I'm just going to trim off just that white bit on the end. And then what I think I'll do is I feel like I want to tear this. I think it will look really cool as a tear down the side and then washi tape over it. And I might even just bring in a little bit. No, I'll do it this way. So I'm going to tear up, and that means I think it's up. No, tear down. I knew it was wrong. Tearing down, which gives me the kind of white edge here. So I'm just working my way down. It gets hard when you get in the middle, but I'll work it out. This is why I sort of thought I'd do a slightly skinnier bit of paper, because then it was easier. But there we go. So you can see I've got that sort of white edge there. I might just come up the other way and make it a bit thinner. That's that side. And do the same thing the other way. The good thing is I can just redo that bit and I can just trim off the next bit, so I don't waste too much. And then what I might do is bring in some ink or some oxide, just to bring some of these colours in. So I'm thinking I'll do like some orange. Alright, so I'm going to grab half pumpkin for the orange, mustard seed for the yellow, watered violet for the purple, and then I like this sort of reddy, which I think is sort of like abandoned coral. So if I cut that down, I'm even thinking I might just stamp some bubbles, but we'll see. moving these out of the way for a sec. So this is a brown one. I'm just grabbing some of my foam daubers, however you say that word, that kind of match the colours a little bit. They don't have to be perfect. I'm not too worried with my little foamies here. And then I'm just going to put on, I'll see if this works. It might not even work, but we'll see. Just a little bit, anywhere there's a bit of orange, just going to add that to the tear. And then the same thing on this side, anywhere that there's a bit of orange, which there isn't too much of on this side, which is kind of annoying. And then move it up and along with all the different colours. So just kind of adding a little bit more colour to the edges. A little bit of yellow there. It doesn't look like much, but it will look really cool when it's done. Oh, there's no yellow on that one, that's annoying. I'm a little worried about this purple and maybe it's a bit too bright, but I feel like Dusty Concord's not going to be bright enough. No, that's fine, that's perfect. And then that'll go into the Abandoned Coral. I have ink all over my fingers, I can promise you that. I'm doing a bit of blending, so anywhere that it kind of looks really harsh, because I'm only hitting the edges anyway, it really doesn't sort of come off as unblended or needing a bit more. It's actually pretty easy to do. Probably don't need to do that, but I just like adding a little bit of something. So I'm not going to put those away. I'm just going to keep those because I might still do. I don't really want to do splatter. I kind of want to do. So I'm just going to try this because I feel like if I don't, I'm going to regret it. So I'm just grabbing. This is the Lawn Fawn Bubbles of Joy set, and it's just got two little circles here that I think are going to work. There are some multiple ones. Actually, I might grab that one too. I won't grab the big ones, and I won't grab anywhere where there's more than two bubbles. Then I'm just going to grab this bit of cardstock as a tester. So I've got the big bubble, or the biggest of the bubbles I'm going to use. I think I will. I think I'm just going to play with this. So I'm never going to use first gen stamping because first gen stamping is going to be too dark for what I want to do. So I'm always just going to put the bubble and then two. Can usually get two out of it. And just sort of put a bunch of all the colours just in random spots. Now it'll look a bit sparse to begin with, but because I'm going to build this up with all the different colours and all the different, like the 3 different size bubbles, it will all come together. So I'm just going to go ahead and be really random with it and just sort of see where we end up. Maybe don't do quite so in that little, in that vein. But anyway, we'll see how we go. So then I'm also just really quickly I'm going to hit this with the heat tool first just to dry it off. But then I'm also just going to bring in a little bit of my white sparkly ink just to give it a little bit of sparkles in the background. I just feel like it needs a little bit, and that'll make the holographic pop up a lot better as well too. So I'm just going to hit this with the heat tool first, and then I will put some of those on, hit it with the heat tool again, and we'll come back and we'll start stickering. Alright, I'm pretty sure that's dry, but then I just like to put down a bit of paper towel, which will sort of pick up anything that might still be a little bit wet, but it should be mostly done by now. Alright, and then I want to put down these little bits down the side. Oh, that looks so much better. Straight away, I can tell how much better that looks. That's going to be fine. So I'm going to put those down the side, just using some glue tape, but I'm going to put washi there first. So I'm put the wide washi at the top. So the wide washi's got more of the bottles, plus it's got all that holographic. Actually, I'm going to do both. Yeah. So I'm going to put the skinny washi along the line and then top it out with the wide, and I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. And then I can just cut off the excess, that's fine. Just gives it a nice little contrast there. Alright, and then now that that's on, I can stick these down over the top. The only thing I've just realised is I really wanted to use the stickers that went with it, and I've just realised I forgot to put them in. I like the idea of not having them. Maybe I do that. So the good thing is I've still got a big chunk of this. Where did the other bit go? There it is. So I could still tear off another bit that was a bit wider, but I'm just thinking, I'm going to put that down and make this bit be a flipper. The hardest part with that is I don't have anything that can kind of go on the back that's going to not look silly. I've got the spider webs from last week that I used. A full page of spider webs. And I've got all the trick or treats with the booze. What I could do is kind of stick that down and then just bring in a bit of those colours. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm just going to use those same ink bits I used before. I'm just going to be really careful with it. I'm just going to tack this down. So I'm not putting a lot of tape on it and I'm not sticking it permanently. I'm just tacking it down enough that I can sort of work out where my colours go. So I'm not putting any more ink on it. I'm just going to sort of come in here a little and just add a little bit more colour down this edge. So anywhere I did the red or the abandoned coral, I'm just going to put a bit more in. Doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be blended nicely. You guys know I don't really like using the foam blendy tools that much. So this is really outside what I like doing. But it's only going to be this little bit, so I think it'll be okay. And this is really nice smooth paper, so it's working the way I would expect it to. Alright, so I'm going to stick that down and then trim it, and that then will give us the white little edgy bit that I can stick all my stickers down the side here, and it still gives us something on the back that's not quite so poorly finished. I swear I had no intent on doing a flipper. I never do, they always just come. We've still got some trimming to do on this, so if it's not perfectly cut down or perfectly straight or anything, it'll be fine. So I'm just going to trim a tinsy bit off the side, which will get rid of anywhere that it's not quite even up. Straight down the edge there. It is very subtle. It is very just pop. Oh, I love the back though. Okay. So then I can bring in, I'm going to work out where I'm going to put this, as in where I'm going to lay the flip, because then once I've got the flip right, I can put the stickers down. I always find just a little bit that I haven't done a good job of sticking down. There we go. Just grabbing a bit of that tape that I cut off before, just to hold that where I want it while I trim off the bit at the back. This isn't very much, so I'm happy to use scissors. There we go. Alright, and then while I'm sitting here, I'm just going to stick that down, and then I can start putting these stickers down. So I'm just going to have, I know I've been cutting off the whole thing and using all of it, but I'm just going to use just the stickers this time. It is going to hit the punch. I'm gonna punch into it, unless, hold on, now the bottles, no, I like it better that side, and I'll just punch into it, that's fine. So I'm just gonna have that sit just there, and then I'll just stack it all up from there, straight down the edge. I'm actually not gonna put that last bit on there, I like that little bottle at the bottom. Okay, and then I'll find a sticker to put at the top, and that'll even that out. Righto. So I'm just going to put that off to the side for a second. Why is that stuck? Oh, it's got a little bit there. So that'll flip. This one's not going to flip. This one's going to get stuck. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to use that bit of scrap cardstock from before. By the way, how good did those bubbles end up looking? I actually really like the bubbles on the page too. I was really worried when I was doing it. I thought it looked really funny, but it has all come together with a bit of the splattering and a bit of the rest of it. I think it does. It has ended up looking the way that I wanted it to. There we go. I love that rainbow. It just adds something. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and put all of the day stickers down. I'm going to do what I normally do with PA ones and just give them, I just trim out the little flaggies. I just like the non-square look, and if I've gone to all the effort with this background, I don't want to cover up much of it if I can help it. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Now I should have thought about it a little bit better and moved that over a bit more so that I didn't have to punch into the stickers, but I think it's okay for this time. I do like that little rainbow down the edge. I don't like it as much as I like this side, but I do like it. Alright, so then let's put in the stickers that need to go back in. So the 7 weeks till Christmas, I just feel like I want to hide it. I don't quite know how to do that. Okay, I don't know if this is even going to work, but I'm going to try. So I have this little scrap bit of vellum, and I'm just going to cut it so that I've got a little sort of 4.5 centimetre. Actually, no, before I cut it, I'm just going to get myself a bit of width there at the top. So I'm going to take this little haunted house kind of thing. It's on the clear sticker paper, so I'm interested to see how this will sit on vellum. I haven't tried it before. I'm just jumping. There it is. Sometimes I just can't get my tweezers underneath it, and I don't want to pull too hard because I don't want to tear the sticker. And I'll pop that down like that. Now that's not completely covered or anything. It's kind of got a nice little non-open. I don't even know if opacity is the right word. You can just sort of see through it, not tons, but just a little bit. So I'm just gonna score that and fold it. Even if it's down in the corner, it doesn't have to be at the top. Actually, let's do this. I'm keeping that together, and I'm just gonna sort of cut around the outside of the sticker. Now it is clear, so it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to see, but it also means you won't see the boo-boos. Now I'm not going all the way up. I'm just going to kind of come up like that there, and then come back down the side of the house. So that way I've still got the fold, which means it'll still flip up. You can tell when you've gone into the sticker because it's harder. It's suddenly harder to cut. So I'm going to put the little house down here in the corner, and then I can hide my my 7 weeks till Christmas behind it. And because that sticker will go on top of this, if I use glue tape to stick it all together, which I can't find my glue tape, where's it gone? If I use my glue tape to hold it all together, you won't see it as much because that sticker will hide some of the dots. So we're going to hide our 7 weeks till Christmas underneath our little spooky house. Now you can still see it. It's there just a little bit, but it's not super obvious, and you won't notice it until you look underneath the house. Oh, I like that. That's a cute little addition. All right, let's put these stickers in. I feel like I've been mucking around. So the ones on the side here for Melbourne Cup and Halloween. So Halloween is going to go, actually they're both going to, on one of these ones. So we'll add that to the corner and just put the Halloween in over the top. And then the same thing with the Melbourne Cup one. The only thing I'm worried about is it's going to be too long, but I think it'll be alright. It is a little too long, but I'll make it fit. Alright, that's those ones. So the public holiday goes away. Charlotte's got an appointment on, so she's got an appointment Monday, an appointment Wednesday. an appointment on Thursday. I'll put the slightly bigger box for Thursday, because there's always more going on Thursdays. I'll take these off in a sec, but they're just there for remembering. Oh, that's right, Charlotte's got an extra day at daycare. So I can pop that in. I'm just going to use the swish, but I'm just going to trim the swish down the same way I did the days, just so that it doesn't quite cover up as much. So I'll put that in that top corner. And Wednesday also has that one. Alright, and then we can come in and do a bit of decorating. So I'm going to use this little, no I'm not, I'm actually going to add in, I just feel like I need a little bit of change of colour. I've used all the pinks and the purples, and that it works, but it just needs a bit of contrast. So I'm just going to come in with this slightly longer, no, this one, there we go, a slightly longer list. Just trying to make that straight. And we'll use one of these as the headers as well. I do love that purple. It's very pretty. And then I know I want to put a couple of ghosts. I love this little bat cat. Or, yeah, bat cat. I'm going to go bat cat. There we go. So he can sit there. Because I can, I don't know if it's going to fit. I'm going to put that in the middle. It's just going to squeeze in there. And then I can add in an orange box in the back. I'm going to go this way instead. So I've got one up that way. This way. Yeah, it said make your own magic on the front, didn't it? Yes, it did. Okay. So I'm just going to add in a couple of, or a boo on the back here. Alright, and then just need some more stickers sort of around the place. So I'm going to put this run of potions just up here. I just want that to sit flat on my little line. So I'm just trimming off the bottom. Go. Got a little pumpkin there. Got these gorgeous tarot cards. They are adorable. I love that little pop of hollow. Could do a whole week using the tarot stuff. It's really pretty. And then just for a bit more fun, I need it over this side. I'm going to have another shelf. This one's on the clear though, so it's not as obvious. So I'll put that at the top. Oh, I love that. I didn't realise I put them both at the top. Can I get it off? I don't know if I can. Oh, maybe. Haha. Go the clear stickers. They come off really nicely. And I'm just going to move my pumpkin up to the top instead. And I'm just going to add in a couple of these little gingerbread cookies that look like skeletons. There's just a couple of spots where there's not as many bubbles, and that's where I'm going to put a couple of these and then maybe some of the candy. Anywhere it just looks a little bit sparse, just needs the extra little bit. I could keep going and I could just keep putting more and more on there, but I just want to, I'm just going to leave it alone. The only other thing I'm going to do, and I didn't think I would, but I'm grabbing this Happy Halloween sort of full bit. Come on. Oh, it's two. So I'm going to put it, Halloween's not, it's not going to fit. Oh, I need to punch those holes. Hold on. I need to punch those holes first or it will just look silly. because I was going to put the Happy Halloween all down the edge here and have it sort of run up. I just don't think it's going to work. So I'm just going to have the Happy sort of come there, and then the Halloween can come out next to it. I don't have a lot on the weekend, so I can take all that up. I think that's okay. And I know it's technically after the event here, but I don't care. So I'm just going to pull those off so I can take some photos and show you guys sort of what it's finished up looking like. But there we go. That's my second Halloween week using the PA All the Booze. For the Booze. Why do I keep calling it All the Booze? I still like the black one better, but there's something really magic about this. I don't know what it is or why I love it so much, but I do. I'm just adding in. There's nothing on these. Like, it's seriously whatever's happens to be left on the thing, but it was just missing a little bit there. I love the colours. I'm very glad I added that little bit. I love the torn bit, and I love the bubbles in the background. You can't tell so much when it's sitting still, but when you move the page a little bit, you get the hollow pop, but then you also get the really subtle little white watercolour pop. It just looks really cool in real life. So I'm absolutely in love with this. This is such a beautiful, beautiful week, and such a great way to say goodbye to the spooky season. Now fully into springtime. I have a lot of Planners Anonymous coming up for you in the next couple of weeks. That's pretty much going to dominate most of November. And then we move into Christmas, of course. So basically all my rest of the year is all planned out in my planner already. So I already know what I'm doing every week for the next 8 weeks. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's a good way to finish it off. If you enjoyed this one, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. There's lots more Planners Anonymous goodness all over my channel, so please check out the playlist if you are interested. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day and an awesome week, and I'll catch you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!